The data trap. How excessive metrics undermine education, the modern push to quantify every aspect of schooling from student mindsets to achievement scores, is backfiring. While data can reveal broad trends, its relentless trickle-down into classrooms is distorting priorities, overwhelming teachers, and ultimately failing the students it's meant to serve. The illusion of insight districts now invest heavily in elaborate student data platforms, promising to identify at-risk learners and tailor interventions. But the reality is far more complex. Data can illuminate systemic problems. Which schools disproportionately suspend students of color? Which districts lag in reading scores? However, the usefulness of this information fades rapidly when it reaches individual classrooms. Montessori educators, for example, prioritize student-driven learning and readiness, forcing them to collect data on arbitrary metrics often tied to standardized test distracts from core philosophy. Teachers end up teaching to the test instead of nurturing genuine intellectual curiosity. The system incentivizes gaming the numbers rather than fostering deep understanding. The tyranny of testing schools are judged primarily on math and reading scores, creating perverse incentives. Educators know that a high score means little if it comes at the cost of meaningful learning. One teacher reported that their school's success felt hollow because it was based on a narrow set of data that didn't reflect the rich learning happening in classrooms. The pressure to improve scores leads to wasted time on test prep, neglecting the holistic development of students. Schools could artificially inflate scores by focusing solely on what the tests assess. But doing so undermines the purpose of education. Overload and burnout districts mandate monthly data meetings to identify students needing support. The problem? The system can't realistically act on all the information. Teachers are buried in spreadsheets, spending hours analyzing data that rarely translates into effective interventions. New laws requiring frequent early literacy assessments add to the chaos. Teachers are drowning in an endless stream of metrics, leading to burnout and diminished effectiveness. One teacher recalled being brought to tears by a data spreadsheet filled with red flags, a stark reminder that the system prioritizes numbers over human well-being. The search for meaningful measurement, the current model of standardized testing, isn't designed to foster individual growth. Schools were built to deliver a fixed curriculum, grade students on adherence to standards, and identify who meets expectations. The idea of tailoring education to each child's unique needs was never a priority. Teachers need the freedom to measure what matters to them: books read, projects completed, individual student progress. This qualitative data, though less scientifically rigorous, can provide far more meaningful insights. A balanced approach data should serve as a guide, not a governor. Administrators have a responsibility to use it thoughtfully, protecting teachers and students from distortions that undermine learning. The goal isn't to eliminate metrics entirely, but to strike a balance between quantifiable data and the human elements of education. Ultimately, the best systems honor the complexity of children and trust the wisdom of educators who know them best. If we can shift our focus from rigid measurement to genuine growth, we can create schools that nurture not just test scores, but thriving, well-rounded individuals.